if I were asked this question some years ago, I would have advised a young person to look for someone who has succeeded and follow through. Maybe someone who has succeeded in an area in your path and or something similar, and follow their teachings, follow their causes or something, right? But now, now because of let's say growth and experience, I would add something to that answer. Also look for someone who has failed and is willing to share that failure with you. There is a difference. There is something that failure does to a person that equips the person to be able to teach properly. It gives a balanced, it helps the person to have a balanced approach to mentorship. So, um, in a particular year, we organized an event. It's called the Superman Under 30 Awards, and I just happened to be the team lead of the organization that organizes the event. So that particular year, we had something that I would call an epic failure. I would call it anyway. I don't know what other members of the team, might call it. A lot of people felt we succeeded. They were like, okay, it was okay. It wasn't that bad. But to me, to me, team lead, no, we that has prepared, like we had every single thing about that program had a meaning. Maybe okay, maybe it's me, maybe I'm like that. Every single thing has a purpose, there's a meaning, there's a placement, there's a reason for sitting arrangement, every single thing, right? And we had planned this event for a year. And when we got to the venue that we were supposed to use, for some reason, no, there was a mix up somewhere, there was a mistake somewhere, and we could not use that venue anymore. It had me reassigned. And this was happening in less than 24 hours of the event. Venue had been reassigned, and they were like, okay, they will get us another venue. But the other venue that was given to us was smaller. So we had to scale a 1 year plan. We had to squeeze it in less than 5 hours. Oh my god. Like that day was amazing. People slept in that venue just to make sure it was okay. We built a stage. I did not even know that. uh, it's a long story. However, something happened to me after that event. I remember waking up the next morning, and the first thing I heard from God, the very first thing was, congratulations, you have earned your badge of failure. I'm like, what? What is that? But I realized that it broke me, because the funny thing is, the next year, the event usually happens in December, right? So next year in January, I did not know that year will be filled with so many young leaders in my DM. The kind of counseling I did that year, I was wondering, where all these people, where did they come from? Why? What's going on? Like, I would receive messages saying, Serena, I'm crying. I don't know who to talk to. I'm talking to people, but I've not really found anybody who has the capacity to understand me in this way. And I felt like you will understand me. I feel like I have failed. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I have tried all I could. And for the first time, I could really understand. Now, for someone that is a high achiever like me, someone that is used to planning, someone that is used to, yeah, if plan A doesn't work, plan B must work. If plan B doesn't work, plan C. See, I will plan until plan Z. I will even add extra letters. I plan. I plan, right? And I see through. I am used to achieving my goals. So I'm used to succeeding. For someone who is used to that kind of a thing, and for an event that was, in fact, the amount of effort put in, oh my god, I don't think we have put in as much effort with other editions that like we did with that particular edition. And to think that the effort was here and then the failure was here was just something else. Like, how could we have this amount of this organization compared to the effort that we put in? It wasn't just making sense. And for the first time, I realized that you can do everything right and still fail. Oh yes, you can. So, prior to this time, I would have been the person who will start We'll start going, okay, let's itemize all the things you did wrong, list them out, what, this is what you should have done, maybe you didn't do this, you didn't. And what that does to a person is that, because the person is broken, the person will believe, the person is like, okay, yes, oh, so this is what I didn't do wrong, and the person will feel bad. Please, 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 you can do everything right and still fail. It's part of your life. It's human nature. And so this time around, when people came to me, when I received those DMs, when I received those messages, those calls, I could really understand. And my approach that would have been, directing you to do plenty things, it changed. I was more empathetic. I think that's the word. I was more, I understood more. And there were times where I just hugged them. There are people who I just said, "Can I give you a hug?" Because I know what you're going through. It's a different case when you don't put in effort and then you fail. You can at least have to, if I done this, sha. But it's another thing when you have crossed everything off your list and then you don't know what to do again. And then you just feel like, where am I going from here? I completely understand. And then I was able to resonate with them better.